everybody, welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to be filming this because we are picking my July TBR today. If you don't know what TBR means, it just means to be read. I'm pretty much just making a stack of books that I plan to read in the month of July. We'll see if I get to them or not. I love sticking to a TBR, so most likely I will only be reading books from my set TBR. Now I have two TBR jars. One is filled with TBR prompts such as pick a book with your favorite color or pick a YA book, something like that. I actually only have 6 left, so we're gonna use them all up in today's video. I also have a TBR jar that is filled with every single book that I own that I have not yet read. I will also be picking 6 of these, so we're gonna be picking 12 books today. I'm so excited for the month of July. I didn't get to read as much in June as I would have hoped, so I'm hoping to kind of fix that for July. I don't have many plans for this month, so it should be doable. So first things first, we are going to be picking 6 books out of my book jar, and I'm kind of in the mood for anything right now, so let's just pick the first one. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Okay, I wasn't expecting this, but I'm ready for it. All right, oops, should we just pick this when it fell out? Book number 2 is going to be The Odyssey. Oh my gosh. I'm actually so excited. I'm so excited for this TBR so far. Okay, book number 3 is going to be this one, and that is Harry Potter. This will be a reread for me. I have been wanting to reread this series recently, and so I put it back into my jar. That's so exciting. Now we are at number 4. Let's go for this one. Number 4 is going to be, oh, I picked Lovely War, but I've actually already read that. All right, so since we've already read Lovely War, let's go back in for number 4. Wow, that rhymed. Fear the Flames? Do I even own that still? Okay, this is a book I don't own anymore. I decided I didn't want to read it, so let's try again for number 4. How about this one? We have Renegades, which is a book I also don't own anymore. Okay, come on, number 4. Let's go for a book I have and that I have not yet read. Cruel is the Light. What is that? Wait, I think that's a Fairy Loot book. Okay, we'll see in a minute. Okay, book number 5. A Series of Unfortunate Events. That's a series I read when I was young, and I love the movie with Jim Carrey. And I also, oops, I dropped this. I'm gonna put that back in there. I also love the TV show. Okay, is this the final one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 is The Dead Romantics. Yay! By Ashley Poston. This is so exciting. These books are like so good. I'm so excited for July. Okay, we are done with this jar. Now we are going to pick our prompts, but we're picking all of them since there's only 6 left, but we'll still pick them out of the jar for fun. So prompt number 1 is a YA novel. Prompt number 2 is a romance. Prompt number 3 is next book in a series. Prompt number 4 is a standalone. Number 5 is, I dropped it. Reread a 5-star book. And our very final prompt of the whole jar, we're gonna have to refill that here soon, is under 300 pages. All right, this is going to be so fun. I'm gonna go pick out my books and I will get right back to you. All right, I have accumulated all of my books. First, we're gonna talk about the stack I chose from the book jar. Number 1 being Harry Potter. I have this really beautiful edition. It's just like the regular cover, but then the sides have the golden snitch along it, and I don't know, it's just really fun and cute. The editions for the rest of the series come out on July 1st, I'm pretty sure. I at least have the second one pre-ordered, and it's going to be delivered on July 1st. But I'm very excited to reread this. I first read this book years ago, maybe like 6 or more years ago. I wish I would have read them when I was younger, but I was not allowed to. But if I read it when I was younger, I'd probably appreciate it more. I love the movies. I watch them all the time. but I'm excited to read the series again because it's just so cozy and fun. So there we have it. Book number 1 for my July TBR is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The second book is Cruel is the Light. This is a fairy loot book. I have no idea what it's about, but that's what the cover looks like. And the spine. In the back, it says, they say love conquers all, but can love win in a war between demons and exorcists? What is this book about? So far, it's not sounding like something I would really be interested in, but we can read further on. It says, a brutal war between demons and humanity has raged across Europe for over a century. At its heart are 2 elite soldiers, Selena Aliva, a powerful exorcist trained at the prestigious Vatican Academy, and foot soldier Jules Lacroix, unrivaled in battle. When their paths cross, despite initial distrust, then unwelcome attraction, Jules and Celine discover a terrible secret at the heart of the Holy Vatican City. Soon, Jules is forced to question everything he's ever known, including himself, and Celine, unable to ignore her growing feelings for Jules, must make an impossible choice between love and duty. The book is absolutely stunning. These are what the end papers look like. And then on this side, they look like that. And then the book itself is like stunning. It is so beautiful. That's what it looks like opened up. So I'm gonna give this book a chance. I'm not into the whole demon thing. Oh, this is also what the sprayed edges look like. But I'm gonna give it a chance. Then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. That's what the cover looks like. So this one is very popular. It is about a girl whose, I think it's her fiance, leaves her for another woman. And then she befriends this guy who is the ex-boyfriend of the woman that her fiance left her for. I've heard he is like Nick Miller, and that's a really good book. My friend Faith really likes this, and I have a history of liking Emily Henry, so I assume I'm going to like this one. I don't know if it'll be my favorite because honestly, it doesn't sound amazing to me, but I'm gonna try it out and I'll probably like it. Then we have A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Bad Beginning. This is by Lemony Snicket, and that's what the cover looks like. This is just a middle grade series that it's just really fun, and I'm excited to read it again. I don't know how many books are in this series, but they're all just very short and super easy to read. Like, it's gonna take no time, and I'm excited to read this again. Next, we have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This one is a adult romance. I think the woman is able to like communicate with ghosts, and she falls in love with one, but it's not creepy weird. Like, it's not weird. She just adds magical realism into all of her books, and so far I've given 2 of her books 5 stars, so I'm really excited to read this one. And finally, for this section, we have The Odyssey by Homer. I did want to read this before the movie came out. I read this in high school, and I remember really enjoying it. And the movie's obviously coming out with Tom Holland, and Matt Damon, and Zendaya, and all of them. So I wanted to read this before that came out just to reacquaint myself with it, and I'm very much excited for it. All right, now we have the books that I chose from the prompts, so let's get straight into that. The first prompt was next book in a series, and for that I chose Attack on Titan Omnibus number 5. This includes volumes 13, 14, and 15. I talk about the series a lot on my channel, so I'm not going to talk about it too much right now. Just know I'm really excited to read this, and I've been wanting to pick it up for a while, but I didn't own it, but it just came in the mail today, so I'm going to be picking this up as soon as possible. Then we had a book under 300 pages. For that, I am choosing Beneath the Sugar Sky. This is by Shannon McGuire. It's book number 3 in the Wayward Children series. I have put this series off for far too long. The last time I read a book in this series was last April, I think. It was last Easter. I remember because I was on a drive to Las Vegas. Yeah, so it was like April 2024, which is kind of crazy. I've been putting it off for way too long, and they're so short. I guess I didn't even check how many pages this is. It's around 170-ish pages, so we're totally fine. This series follows children who have found doors in the normal world that lead to extraordinary fantasy worlds that were pretty much just like intended to be their true home. And then they accidentally find themselves out of that dream amazing fantasy world, and now they're kind of dealing with it, they're coping with it. I didn't really like the first book, but the second book was incredible. It was 5 stars, so I'm excited to read this one. I don't even remember who it's about, but it's really short and I hope I like it. Next we had Reread, a 5-star book. This was the only book I knew for certain I was going to be picking up in the month of July because I just really wanting to read it. And that is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. Again, I've already read this. I know it's a 5-star. This book itself is just incredible. It is almost 1,000 pages, I'm pretty sure. And I'm so excited to read it. This is book number 8 in Throne of Glass. It is so incredible, just one of the best books I've ever read, and I stand on that. I love Sarah J Maas's work. We have 3 more books we have to try to fit onto this cart. I might have to move my plant out of the way. Next we have a standalone. This one I'm pretty sure is a standalone. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find any information on whether or not it was a standalone, so hopefully it is. I've never heard anyone talk about it. It is Space Brooms. This is by A.G. Rodriguez. I love this cover so much. I'm pretty sure this one's just like a very fun space romp kind of thing. It says, on board Kilgore Station, creatures of all kinds spend their days indulging in exotic cuisine and gambling their credit away on the entertainment deck. Everyone except Johnny. Working as a janitor or space broom, Johnny spends his days elbow deep in alien excrement, mourning a life of fortune that he originally set out to find. But Johnny's luck turns around when he stumbles across a small data chit containing deeply confidential and highly coveted information. Johnny then sets off to Earth's moon, Luna, in an effort to sell the chit to the Obina crime syndicate. But as word spreads of Johnny's discovery, the solar system's most nefarious creatures are soon on his tail. With help from his augmented roommate, a pair of smugglers, and a mysterious and beautiful stranger, Johnny takes on assassins and mobsters as he ventures toward the biggest payout of his life. Does that not sound so good? I really can't wait to read this. Unfortunately, it has no flop, but you know what? I can see past that. I'm just really excited for this book. Next, we have a romance. And for that, I wanted to pick something that was just super fun because I'm not in the mood for like a deep, emotional kind of romance. I can't do that right now. So we're going with Sounds Like a Plan. This is by Pamela Samuels Young and Dwayne Alexander Smith. There's the cover for you. So this one is really fun sounding. It says, one missing person, 2 rival detectives, infinite chemistry. So pretty much there's just these 2 rival detectives and then they're kind of framed for this murder, and then it's just a really fun romance. I haven't heard anything about this one either, and so I'm really excited to read it and form my own opinion on it. I am so excited to read this. And finally, we have a YA novel. This is the start to a series I have just been dying to start, but I just haven't for some reason, but now we are going to. And that is An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. There's the cover for you. The spine is really cool because eventually all of the books are going to be in my possession, and they all line up and the spines all form this picture. So I have heard that this is like one of the best YA series out there. It's an older one, and by older I mean probably like 2010s or something. It says it was originally published in 2015. The one thing I have noticed that I don't love about this book so far are the names for the characters, because the girl's named Laya and the guy's named Elias. And I feel like those names are too similar to be the 2 main characters. You know what I mean? It says, Laya is a slave, Elias is a soldier, neither is free. Under the Martial Empire, defiance is met with death. Laya and her family do not challenge the Empire. They've seen what happens to those who do. But when Laya's brother is arrested for treason, she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the Empire's greatest military academy. There, Laya meets Elias, the school's finest soldier and secretly its most unwilling. He and Laia will soon realize that their destinies are intertwined and that their choices will change the fate of the Empire itself. I've heard that this is just literally so good. Also, the font is so nice. And that is my July TBR. Let's go over it one more time like we always do. We have An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. Sounds Like a Plan by Pamela Samuels Young and Dwayne Alexander Smith. Space Brooms by A.G. Rodriguez. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shannon Maguire. Attack on Titan Volumes 13, 14, and 15 by Hajime Isayama. I've never actually pronounced that out loud before. The Odyssey by Homer. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Cruel is the Light by Sophie Clark. And finally, Harry Potter. I truly can't wait to read these books. I think July is going to be an incredible reading month based on what we have right here. I'm definitely going to be sticking to this list because it is too good not to. And that is that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love filming TBR videos. They're just the most fun to film. I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.